Hello and welcome back to A Year in the Woods. So it's mid-October now. We've just been out putting all the birds back to bed. They're starting to find their way round. All the gates in the pens are open now, so they're pretty much free to come and go as they please. And it's been really good. They're starting to take up position where we hope them to be for when we start harvest around the 9th of November. It's still very mild out. It's about 15-16 degrees today. If we turn around, you can see behind me in the woods most of the leaves are on the trees, so I'm glad we're not shooting this early, because the problem is they tend to just pitch up in the leaves, believe we can't see them, and just hold tight. So anyway, we're back on fox patrol again. This time of year, foxes will start considering pairing up, so we're going to try a vixen call, although we know on this bit of ground they don't respond to calls brilliantly well, but we're going to give it a try. I mean, the birds are roosting up in the trees now. They're pretty much mature, fully feathered, fully tailed. So they're wild birds now, and ideally they should be fairly savvy to the threats that are out and about. But obviously if the foxes are trying to lay down a bit of fat for the winter, get themselves in condition for breeding, then some of the smaller and weaker birds might still be at risk. So we know we've had a few off the farm here this season, but we haven't really taken big numbers off, and on previous trips out with the thermal we know there's quite a few on this piece, so we're going to stake out a few spots. It's about 5:45 now. We're in that sort of start of the mimsy light. Sun's not quite set yet, but I think it'll be pretty much full dark by 7:15, so got an hour or so to go. We can get the caller out, see if we can encourage an early fox out to break cover. And from this vantage point up here we can see a good half of the farm, so if we've got any foxes showing, we can reposition and try and get in on them. We might try over the other side if we're not seeing much, but it'd just be nice to be out. Haven't been out since the end of summer really, this time of night, just see what's about. We just had a hen peregrine go over. Don't see them that often on the farm here, but lovely to see them occasionally when they do go through. And this year it's been so wet, a lot of these meadows are fairly saturated. We've got 3, sometimes 4 grey herons here fairly regularly, just sputtering around in the wetter bits of the bottom of the field. So we might see those. And the odd few pheasant still just slowly making their way in. So most of them should be up to roost now. We might hear a few clacking away in the woods. And just on the rounds today, checking feeders and whatnot, we've seen the squirrel numbers are back up again. They're moving in from elsewhere, sort of end of autumn. A lot of the young squirrel boars from last season have moved out of the territories they were born in, so I think where we've taken a few out from the wood below us, they're starting to move in there, and where we've cleared space in this middle wood as a feeding ride, we're starting to see a lot in there. So I think if we get a dry spot during the week, we'll come down and have another try at those. So back again, got the Blaser R93 in 243 out. We were suffering a lot of problems with glare off the moderator when we were in infrared, so we taped up the moderator. It's cut it down a little bit, but it's still not ideal, so I'm wanting to get some screws. We're just going to raise the scope rings a little, see if we can just bring that up above. As you can see, it's only about 5-10 mil. If we can get that even 5 mil up, it hopefully will just pitch us over a bit, stop that glare interfering when we're trying to take a shot. So we're going to give the trusty Icatech a go again. I was on the Foxcalls website a few days back, and they've got some downloads of some calling vixens, so I think we'll give them a try, see what they sound like. Not expecting to see much in this light, but you never know, we might be able to tempt a fox out. So we'll get that set up and give it a go and see what it sounds like. Okay, so let's give this vixen call a try. If I can press the right button. Sounds rather eerie, doesn't it? Let's see if it does any good. Okay, well, it's been very quiet all evening. I saw one fox come out of the wood in front of us, but he went down below the hedge line and up to the woods at the top. I tried the caller, but it wouldn't turn him. I've had a strange evening. We've had 6 grey herons just feeding in the dark in the field in front of us here. So hopefully we've got something on the thermal we can show you there. We had a roto and a follower. Lovely to see them. They came in really, really close, just quietly grazing. Tried the caller again, and I thought we'd seen something down on the bottom field, but just scanning around with the HIC micro thermal, and we had a big dog fox come running in from behind us, so managed to get the gun turned round on him and took that one down. He's good condition, but quite a big dog fox. So I'm not sure if the caller brought him in or we were just on his rounds, but I was a bit concerned because it's a completely cloudless night tonight and the full moon above us. There's really nowhere to hide at the moment, so I didn't have greatest of hopes, so really quite pleased to take that one. I think I might give it another half an hour. I think as the moon gets up higher, just everything's lit up and will stand out like a sore thumb. It was meant to be a bit cloudier tonight, which is why I thought we'd give it a try, as it was staying dry as well. But anyway, one down. We'll have another half hour look, and then I think I might head home. Right. Okay, so we tried a few more calls. We've given it about another half an hour, but the moon's really high now. I mean, it's a beautiful silver full moon. There really isn't a cloud in the sky. A little bit of mist coming in the valleys now. I haven't seen anything move at all. We've had a badger out in front of us here, but not seeing anything on the foxes, so I think I'm going to call it a night. Been a lovely session out. Pleased to have taken that big dog fox. And there'll always be another night.